Hi, everybody. Uh, I see a lot of these disposable vapes like this one here just go in the garbage. And the batteries in these things are actually pretty decent batteries. They're LiPo 3.7 volts in these. And I hate to throw them in the garbage because the garbage gets burned and they could be a hazard if you're standing near it, explode and maybe cause injury. So I have a couple or three of those batteries that I took out of units before I threw them away. And I got to thinking, what can I do with these things? They have a charger with them. You can charge them on USB-C. So I had a module, as you can see in the photo here, but with a battery in it that I'd taken out. Now, the other night, my girlfriend has these motion sensor solar lights, and the batteries in them were bad. So I decided to go ahead and do an experiment, see if the batteries out of these vapes would work in the light, and surprised me they did. So I'm going to show you how this works here. So as you can see here, the battery came out. I had to cut the battery out, cut the wires. I didn't want to desolder and heat that thing up, so I just cut the wire. And these batteries are not marked, so my research showed about 3.2 volts. You can dig around and see. And the module out of the vape, as you can see here, I have the old whole setup there, except for the vape. Now I could plug that into a charger and charge that battery with USB-C the way it is there. This thing had a tank meter, tell you how much vape is left in the thing, and tell you how much battery there is left to it. So you run out of juice, it would say 0, and if the battery got low, you tell you and you could recharge it. So first thing I had to do is take the circuit board out. Had a couple of screws left in it. And once I get the screws out, I take the circuit board off, and there's the battery with it. That battery is a 3.7 volt battery. Very, not real powerful battery, but good enough to do what I need to do. At 650 milliamp or something like that. So not extremely powerful, but so what I want to do here is I didn't want to short both wires out, so I cut them each individually with my snippers and got the battery loose from the circuit board and left me some wire to solder to because I didn't want to solder real close to the battery. It does have a little circuit board where you solder the leads to the battery, but I figured I'd just be safer and do it further away. And I get the wires stripped off a little bit so I have something to solder to. And then I strip off the leads in the solar light and twist them so I have something to solder to. I use the red for hot and the blue for ground here. And on the battery it has a red and a black. So next thing I do is I take and twist the black wire to the blue wire. My hands are a little shaky and it's small wire, so it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to do. But to get it done anyway. And then I go ahead and solder the wire together. So now that the ground side is soldered together, I take and do the same with the red wire, the hot side. Then I take the red side and solder it together, twist it together and solder it together. Sorry for the focus there. My head, I guess, got in the way. Now that it's all soldered, I take some electrical tape and go around so the leads don't short out. I go around one way, around the top bottom first to keep the wires separated. And make sure the wires are not going to come apart. Then I take another piece of tape and go around the top to make sure that the leads are not going to short out. Then I can, since it won't fit in there, I could tape the battery in to make sure that it stays in there in one spot, but I just kind of jam it in there. It'd be okay. You hang it, it's not moving around much. It's not going nowhere, and it's waterproof. So as you can see while I'm working on it, the light actually does come on, and it works. So cover the sensor, light comes on. Battery is working. It would not work before. So as you see, I have the unit here, like you saw in the video when I was working on it. If I cover the sensor, turn it on, it does have an on switch on this. And the light comes on. After a little bit, it goes off. And you move your hand in front of it, and sensor works. Go ahead and turn this off. So that's one thing you can do with these vape batteries instead of throw them in the garbage. You can make little projects with them. You could take the board and make it chargeable with that. You can use it in a solar light. And it's good for small projects like that. You wouldn't want to try to run something that needs more voltage or more power, but for little things like this, works perfectly. Like I said, I did try this experiment before I did this one, and it worked really well. It's been running for 2 days, no problems at all. I go out there, check it, cover the sensor, light comes on, it's been charging. You walk past it at night, the light kicks on just like it's supposed to. So rather than have that battery and this go in the garbage, recycle a little bit. So just want to show you how that worked, and maybe you can come up with some ideas yourself. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.